Well, I have a connection into the whole policing thing. I think a unique view of it. I was almost a cop.
Okay.
When I found out my second son was going to be born, and I was, kind of getting in this acting thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to stop playing and say, hey man, I got to get a job with benefits,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to try to become the most exemplary police officer. And turns out I was called in to the supervisor's office where I had scored super high on this test and found out that they said, well, look, we're supposed to discard you now. I'm like, why? And he said, because your IQ is too high.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? You scored too high on the test. Despite the fact that I had, it showed that I had these, my instincts of protecting innocent, what I would put myself through to then, my IQ was too high, and that proved to them that I'm more susceptible for corruption. This is what they said.
Wow.
And
Says
I
a lot about
knew
the training.
people and the higher ups in the police department, and I'm like, is this for real? And they said, yeah, unfortunately it is. And as years went on with cops, I'd ask them, is this in all of the police departments? Google it. Google it.
I've seen that before.
It's even now, still. If your IQ is too high, you can't become a cop because you are not programmable. They say that you're not going to be challenged by the job. I mean, this is personally like that. So when I see the dumb shit that's happening,
Yeah,
I'm
that speaks
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that speaks volumes.
Because who you are as an individual, if you look at things a certain way, and then the peer pressure, the glory shit that goes on, in the police department, and that team mentality. You're taught to think like a team and everything else.
Right,
so your way of thinking can easily be manipulated.
Right.
Because they've made sure that you are malleable
Right.
to it. So, again, this is not some shit that I'm saying I'm just too smart. Well, they said it, not me.
Right.
So that goes into when you're sitting there going, how could a cop be I know how.
Right.
I wish they changed the damn criteria.
Right.
In October 2021, about 1,000 police officers attended a private police training conference in Atlantic City. What we found was really disturbing.
I'm not doing the guy who's recording you like, oh, I am not a citizen of the United States under Act 12, 6. Shut the up, right? Not to get pepper sprayed, tased, windows broken out, mother.
You start to get a picture of why cops behave the way they do when you see how they act behind closed doors and how they teach each other. Remember, the audience is interacting with all of this very positively, as far as I can tell.
They denigrated women and racial and ethnic minorities.
I don't want to hear those exit. I don't want to fucking die like 91 with hookers and cocaine around me, Like, why wouldn't that be your goal and objective? Like, I'm on vacation in Colombia, money, and these girls are not as wealthy and they need to do things to make money.
You're trying to get a little booty, punani, poontang, whatever the hell you call it, okay? There's an approach. You don't walk up and say, hi, what's your name? How old are you? Sounds like casting couch, doesn't it?
They promoted a warrior mentality and glorified violence.
There's nothing else I'm good at. I love violence, I love fighting, I love shooting, and I fucking love freedom. It wasn't that long ago that we were drinking out of the skulls of our enemies. I'm gonna fucking murder this guy, then I'm gonna take his head, then I'm gonna cut his head in half, and then I'm gonna boil his skull, and then I'm gonna drink out of that skull.